Benedict is a Danish princess. She is the second eldest daughter of King Frederick IX and Queen Ingrid and heir to the Danish throne after the children of Queen Margrethe II and their children. Princess Benedicta was born on April 29, 1944, at Frederick's palace at Amalienborg in Copenhagen, when King Christian X was King of Denmark. She was the second child and second daughter of the then Crown Prince Frederick and Crown Princess Ingrid. Princess Benedicta, like her older sister, later Queen Margrethe II, was born when Denmark was occupied during World War II. The day after Princess Benedict's birth, 21 salute bombs were fired in Ørstedsparken. In the first place, people from the resistance group Holgerdansk decided that a salute should be given in honor of the new princess. Princess Benedicta was baptized on May 24, 1944 at Holmen Church in Copenhagen. Sponsors included King Christian X and Queen Alexandrina, Prince Gustav, King Gustav V of Sweden, Sigrid Bernadotte, Sir Alexander Ramsay, Queen Elizabeth of Great Britain, Princess Caroline Matilda, Princess Margarita and Princess Ingeborg of Sweden. Princess Benedicta grew up with her sisters, Princess Margrethe and Princess Anne-Marie in Frederick's palace at Amalienborg. He spent most of his summers at Grossen Castle in South Jutland. On April 20, 1947, King Christian X died and King Frederick IX ascended the throne. At that time there was only male succession. In 1953, both the Basic Law and the Act on Succession to the Throne were amended to partially introduce female succession, so that sons still had priority over daughters. When Frederick IX had only daughters, Princess Margrethe became heir to the throne, with Princess Benedicta II in line to the throne after her older sister. Like her two sisters, Princess Benedict attended the N Zale School, interrupted by a stay at a boarding school in England in 1957. She supplemented her education with a stay at the Brilliant Mont International School in Lausanne, Switzerland in 1960 to 1961. She later took a practical course in design and sewing at Margaretskolen, of which she later became a patron. In 1966, Princess Benedict attended the wedding of the then Princess Beatrix of the Netherlands. Here she met her future husband, the German-Swedish Prince Richard of Sayn-Wittgenstein-Brølberg. 2 years later, on February 3, 1968, they were married in the Castle Church of Fredensborg. When Princess Benedicta married, she received the consent of King Frederick IX, but with a number of reservations. In case Princess Benedicta became the next heir to the throne, the following caveats were written down. Princess Benedicta is to move permanently to Denmark. Prince Richard must also take up permanent residence and apply for Danish citizenship. To retain the right to succeed to the throne, their children, and their heirs, must settle permanently in Denmark when they become the next heirs to the throne, but no later than they reach compulsory schooling age under Danish law. Apply for Danish citizenship when they reach the age of majority. Consent means that Princess Benedict still has an heir to the Danish throne. Since none of Princess Benedict's children have settled permanently in Denmark due to the obligation of education, it must be immediately assumed that they have renounced their right to inherit the Danish throne. After her marriage to Prince Richard in 1968, Princess Benedict moved to Berleburg Castle in North Rhine-Westphalia in Germany. However, she maintained close ties with the royal family and often visited Denmark alone or with her family. In her later years, she held many Danish protectorates and honorary positions, and also belonged to memberships that partly reflect her strong commitment to equestrian sport and horse breeding, such as the Danish Riding Association and the Horse Protection Association, and partly her interest in children and young people, the disabled and the sick, for example, SOS Bornbyern and Parasport Danmark, formerly the Danish Sports Association for People with Disabilities. Princess Benedicta and Prince Richard have 3 children: Prince Gustav, born January 12, 1969, Princess Alexandra, born November 20, 1970, and Princess Nathalie, born May 2, 1975. Both daughters are Danish citizens. Communication and work in the Danish royal household. After Queen Ingrid's death, Princess Benedicta also assumed some of her mother's responsibilities and was subsequently given, with the consent of the Danish Parliament, an inheritance. Prince Richard died on March 13, 2017, at Burleigh Castle. Princess Benedict's son, Prince Gustav, is today head of the princely house of St. Wittgenstein-Broberg and head of the family company Wittgenstein-Broberg's Grandkammer, headquartered at Burleigh Castle. After the death of Prince Richard, Princess Benedict stayed more and more in Denmark. When she remains in Copenhagen, she lives in the Palace of Christian VIII. Like the rest of the royal family, Princess Benedict has court status. Princess Benedict's court is managed by her personal secretary, who helps organize official events, travel, agreements, and patronage. Princess Benedict is head of state when Queen Margrethe II and Crown Prince Frederick are out of the country.